Let's talk about sorting and filtering in Google Sheets. So, sorting allows you to do just what it sounds like. It's basically rearranging your data. And you can easily do a simple sort in Google Sheets by just going to this little down arrow in the column that you wish to sort by. For example, here's some classroom data, some fake classroom data. And if I wanted to sort this by last name, I could simply go to the last name column, click the down arrow, and choose Sort Sheet A to Z, and that would quickly sort my sheet by last name. So, what if I want to do something a little more sophisticated? I can do sorting by level, and that is called the sort range feature. So, in order to do that, I would first want to highlight the data that I want to sort. In this case, I'm just going to click over in this left corner to highlight my entire sheet. Then I can go up to Data and choose Sort Range. Now, notice I get this extra window. If my data has a header row, which I certainly hope yours does, I'm going to check this box. Then you'll notice that my column headings become available to me here. So I can sort by last name first. Notice I can choose A to Z or Z to A, but I can also add another sort column. So if I click here, then I can sort by first name. And I can add yet another sort column by clicking here and then choosing class level. And so now my sheet will be sorted by 3 levels. And if I click sort, then you'll notice, and maybe it wasn't as noticeable, but it is now sorted by last name, then first name, then class level. So that's sorting. Filtering is actually a simple function that can allow you to look at your data as a subset. So maybe you have a lot of information and you just like to see one thing. So you can use a filter to show just the information that meets specified criteria. So I'm going to go to a larger spreadsheet just to make that more make it easier to see. So I'm going to switch over to a spreadsheet that I use in real life. So this is actually the daylilies that I have in my yard, and I like to keep up with them. These are hybrid daylilies, and there's two main types of hybrid daylilies. There are tetraploids and diploids. And let's say I would just like to see the diploids that are in my yard. Well, I could use a filter to do that. So there's two places to turn on the filter. I could go up to Data and then choose Create a Filter. Alternatively, I can go over here to this little symbol for Create a Filter. Now, if I were not going to filter my entire sheet, then I could actually choose the range that I wanted to filter. But in this case, I'll just filter the entire sheet so you can see what that looks like. So if I click on Create a Filter, watch what happens. So notice that my sheet turns sort of a green color. And now in every column, I see I have this tiny little tornado looking thing like a funnel. Okay, so if I just wanted to see the diploids in my sheet, I could go here to the type column, click, and then notice I can filter by condition, which we'll do in just a moment, or I can filter by values. And here are I only have 2 values. If I had a lot of values, I could clear them all here, and then I could just check the one that I want to see and then scroll down. And this is actually behind my little menu here. Let's do that again. Okay, clear, choose diploid, and then scroll down and click OK. And now look what happens. So now, and notice I don't have many diploids in my yard, so I'm on a mission to get more, but I only have 4 diploids. So now that's all I see. I'm filtering out all of the other daylilies to just see diploids. But the data isn't actually gone. I'm just not seeing it. And I know that because look, my rows are not in the correct numbering sequence anymore because several rows have been skipped over. And so this is how you know that the data is not really gone, it's just not visible right now. So the weird thing about filters is, like, suppose I left this sheet right now, the filter would stay on, and so I might get confused. I might confuse myself if I like X'd out of the sheet without turning off the filter. Then the next time I come into the sheet, I'm like, oh my gosh, where did my daylilies go? If I don't remember that I turned on a filter. So another thing I can do though, if I want to save this filter view, let's say I'm sharing this sheet with other people, other daylily lovers, and I don't want them to be confused. So I could actually create a filter view that would only so that I would not mess up the data for other people. And so the way I do that is I can go over here to the down arrow beside the filter icon, click it, and I can save this as a filter view. So if I click that, notice it names it filter 1 by default, but I can change that to diploids. And then I will have this saved. All I have to do is click off of it, and now I have saved this as a filter view. And so if I click this X, it takes me back to the filter view. Well, not the actual filter view, but it takes me back to the sheet. And then if I want to turn off the filter, I can just click here. I could go under data also. If I just click here, notice all my data comes right back. So one more thing I want to show you is how to filter by condition. So let's say I only wanted to see my big daylilies. How many daylilies do I have that have big blooms? So if I go turn on my filter or create a filter again, and then I go, now where are my little tornadoes? Okay, turn off the filter, turn on the filter. Okay, guys, come on. Off, on. There they are. Golly. Okay, my internet is going really slow, and I think that's what's happening here. So if I go to bloom size, click my funnel, but now I want to filter by condition. So if I open this up, I can scroll all the way down to is between, and if I put, so let's start with 6 inches and 7 inches. So I want to see how many daylilies do I have whose blooms are between 6 and 7 inches? All right. So, wow, I have quite a few large daylilies in my garden. That's pretty exciting. And again, I can go over here and save this as a filter view. There's my diploid one. I can save this as large blooms. So now I don't have to go through that whole filtering process again. I can simply look at my filter views the next time I come into this sheet, and I can turn off my filter and all of my data comes right back. So my filter views live here. You see here they are, both of them, and those will stay there. And so I can easily just look at my data in a filtered way. So that's sorting and filtering. I think you're going to love it. You should try it.